Dan Fisher. Let me tell you about this telescope and how to set it up. This will usually be in one piece. It's the tripod and the mount. It's pretty easy. Loosen the screws at the bottom and extend the legs. And loosen these screws in between the tripod, and that'll let it slide out till it's full width, so it's more stable.
Okay.
Then you can tighten them up when they're
position.
Holding eyepieces. You might want to switch depending on what you're doing with the scope. This is the screw you need to undo to get the telescope tube in. Careful not to lose it. Telescope tube. This is the covered front. There's a mirror in the back. It's a reflector telescope. That later. Usually try to find a center of gravity. It tends to be heavier in the back because of the glass mirror. Now today, since we're looking at the sun, I'm going to take this finder scope off. Because we don't want anybody looking through it accidentally. When you set up a telescope, you'll notice that it's not just up and down, left and right. It's what's called an equatorial mount, because it follows the setup of the Earth. So this should be pointing toward the North Star, actually, the poles of the Earth. And then as the sun rotates in the sky, this will follow on just one axis. So, actually it's...
We come in and we have a seat, and we don't change seats.
This axis. Alright, I just wanted to show you how to set up the tube so that it doesn't always fall. Find your center of gravity. And you want to keep in mind too where the eyepiece is. You're going to be looking through here. So you can spin it any way you want.
We want to spin it for short kids.
But in that case, we may lower the tripod too.
Okay.
Like I said, if you got it set up like this axis points toward the North Pole. It's not doing that right now, but when we set that up, north is going to be this way. Actually, and we're not actually level. It should be level as much as possible. They've got two knobs here, and they will tighten down on these axes. You might want them just a touch tight, but not too much. Now you can see this is the way the sun would move across the sky. So normally this motor that's on here, when you turn it on, it should be at the right speed to match the sun in the sky and the stars in the sky. Like I said, I've had mixed results. And there's a variable speed on here, but depending on what you're doing. I think I originally got this so I could take pictures through it, but I never was pleased with the results. So for regular viewing, you might want to take this motor off, and I can help you with that if you need to, and put one of these knobs back on, so that this is like a fine-tuning adjustment. You can't even see it moving here, but in the eyepiece, you can tell the thing's moving. There we go. There's a cap on here now. If you can shoot down in there, you'll see the mirror at the far end. And then there's another mirror facing away from you. It's actually at a 45-degree angle. And the light comes in through here, bounces off there, and then off of this, up through the eyepiece. Since we're looking at the sun today, I've got a solar filter that fits on the front. It looks like a reflective rental trap, something like that. Because most of the light is going to be reflected. You don't want,
Direct.
anything but a minuscule portion of that light coming through. So when you look at it, it'll look like it's opaque. Wow, that really changes the balance. Now there are also different eyepieces you put in here. Different sizes have different magnifications. Larger numbers will have the widest field of view. Smaller numbers will have the smallest field of view and the greatest magnification. For today, we don't need a whole lot of magnification. I'm going to be using one of the lower powered eyepieces. Start. Kind of all the basics.
Okay. How do you change an eyepiece?
Oh, there's a little cover here. Actually, that's an adapter. Screw that allows this to come out. Now you can put in 1 1/4 inch, or there's a smaller version. I forget what, it's like just less than 1 inch. But it's the same size as that. The eyepieces slide in and you tighten them down.
Okay.
And then, of course, when you're trying to get an image in a higher magnification, you pull one out, try to slip the other one in without moving the telescope. It's a real challenge.
How do you clean the eyepiece?
The best thing is try to keep them closed up so that nothing gets on them. But if something does, you can use any kind of optical spray or
Stuff you'd use for your glasses.
Or camera lens.
Okay.
Camera lens puffer brush is good.
Okay.
I used to have one of those.
And do you also have to clean any other part of the telescope?
Once in a while, you may have to take the mirror out and clean that off. From the looks of it, it's looking pretty clean, so I don't think you have to do that for a while, unless it gets dusty or in a dust storm. I try to keep it covered all the time. This is a solar filter. It's a piece of mylar, and it reflects 99.999% of the sun's radiation, and it clips on the front, so it filters everything before it gets to the mirror or any of the optics. You'll see the largest lens, so it'll have the lowest magnification.
It was 25 millimeter.
25 millimeters.
Thanks for bringing that today, by the way.
It's
Actually,
yours.
it's a donation to the school.
Thanks for bringing this today.
You're welcome.